Hey guys, it is Tuesday here in West Virginia, and yes, I'm a day late for our Mopar Monday, but we're still doing it, as you can see in front of you, because yesterday we spent our video time on a Nika Predator action figure, so that put us a day late for Mopar Monday. So anyways, what we're doing today for Mopar Monday is we're focusing on the A-bodies, and we're not doing a unboxing as we usually do because we don't have any new Mopars to unbox at the moment. So we're going to be focusing on cars from the past and making videos on all of them grouped together, such as today is the A-body. And as you can see in front of you on the roof of Mr.Norm's Grand Spalding Dodge, we have the race car A-bodies. And the ones that are probably going to be the starting point are going to be the ones here on the right. And we'll show you a couple stock Barracudas and a stock Dart to correspond with those. But the A-bodies we're focusing on are only from 1964 to, we'll say, 1976. Although our oldest A-body here is 1973, which are these Plymouth Dusters on the left. But they are pretty much the same from like 73 till 76 with the Duster and the Dart Sport. So anyways, we'll take a look at the stock version of the Hemi Barracuda, as you see up there. I think that is Bill Stills or Bill Stiles. Hemi Barracuda, and we'll bring him down here and get a closer look at him. We just did a video on his car and a bunch of other vintage racing and drag strip demon stuff not too long ago. I'm not even really going to take him out of his little brick rod case here for right now, because we've seen this guy up close. But that is your Hemi car, and this came from the factory as a Hemi. And when they came from the factory, they rolled out like this. Believe it or not, they did leave the factory building with Hearst in collaboration with Mopar in gray primer with a black fiberglass front end and the gel coat. That's why you can see like the centerpiece here is done in gray primer, because the valence, the front valence panel, I guess that's what you would call it, or header panel, is metal. They didn't have a fiberglass one. Same thing at that time with the cowl panel. And I believe on the 68 CUDA, the cowl panel's kind of made to the body. I don't think they unscrew like they did on some of the GM products. But anyways, that's why those are in gray primer, and the fenders and hood are in your black gel coat, as we would call, from the factory, because they were fiberglass. And anyways, that's how these racers got their cars sent to them straight from the factory in gray primer and black gel coat, and then they would letter them up and paint them up the way they wanted and throw on their front runners and slicks. The wheels are a little bit how can I say it, small on this Hemi Pro Stock, or Super Stock I should say, car. They should be much larger than that in the back. The front's okay, but the back should be much larger slicks, kind of like they did with their Hemi Dart here and such. So anyways, that is the way the Dart even came. The Hemi Dart came in a gray primer with a black gel coat front end. And the 69 Darts, well, these are 68s. The Hemi cars are 68. So these are 68 Darts. This is the Dick Landy one. Once again, as we've seen a couple weeks ago in the vintage racing stuff. Nicely detailed car. Very accurate, even with the cut quarter panels. The quarter panel rear wheel opening was raised and stretched a little to accommodate the slicks. Because the wheel well on the Darts were a little bit small. They were not like the Barracuda where they could accommodate the larger tire. So, anyways, this is what the stock 69 looked like. And it's pretty much the same as the 67. 67 to 69, pretty much the same car. 67 to 69, yes, tail lights and grills changed. And then looking at it from the side standpoint, the 67s had no marker lights. The 68s had round marker lights, and the 69s had these rectangular marker lights. So yeah, that's are your original like A-body darts, and the Barracuda. Cuda started as an A-body, but in 70 turned into an E-body with a whole new platform. The dart kept going though as an A-body, and it, I guess, kind of changed slightly with size. I think it was a little bit smaller from 70 on up. But the overall car kind of looked the same. But yeah, they kind of, I think, were just slightly smaller from 70 on forward. Maybe it was just the design of the quarter panel on the front fenders is what made it look that way. Then in 70, they launched a new A-body that correspond with the Dart and the Valiant, and it was going to be a fastback looking car, kind of to look like the Chevelles and things like that, and it was your Duster. And Dodge didn't launch theirs till 71, which was the Demon. And anyway, since I have a 71 Demon here, rather right in front of me, we'll go ahead and take a look at him. And this is actually the GSS from Mr.Norm, Grand Spalding Sport. And in 71, what that meant, I know with the engine, they put a tri-power on top of the 340. Then in 72, they switched it up and put a Paxton supercharger on it with the centrifugal style supercharger. I don't know if they changed things up with the suspension or anything like that. The basic body stayed the same, though. They did put GSS emblem, I think, on the rear tail panel between the tail lights. This doesn't want to focus so well tonight. They got the Demon back there. But anyways, I think some of them did have the GSS there, and then they had the GSS on the fender leg over the 340 and such. So the cosmetics were not so big, just basically drivetrain stuff. And then the Duster, which is this guy here, this is the 73, and this is pretty much what the Dart Sport looked like. And in 73, they changed the Demon to a Dart Sport. And the Dart Sport had that pretty much the same front end as the Darts. It was just the Dart Sport was the fastback looking car and such. And they stayed this way until like 76. And then in 76, they dropped these Dusters and Dart Sports. And I think, I forget what they went with, because after that I kind of lost touch with Mopar a little bit, except for maybe like trucks and things like that. Even though like the Velaris that I have in my collection, I don't really know much about those, like the 76 Roadrunner, 75 Roadrunner, or whatever. I don't know anything about them. But this is your 73 Duster. And actually, Hot Wheels did a great job on this casting for the Pro Stock. The only thing is the scoop is a little bit small. But besides that, the casting is great. And they have 4 variants of it as far as I know. The only one I'm missing is the one that was launched right after the drag strip Demon and the vintage, after the vintage racing. They released the, I don't know even what they called it, Hot Wheels Racing or something like that, where every case had a different racing theme. One did have drag racing, and it had the 73 Pro Stock Duster, and it was called Holy Moly. And then they had other series like off-road. They had that yellow 83 Silverado off-road truck. And then they had the one set that's very hard to get, that was pretty much only released in like Canada and other countries. The US did not see many cases of the Trans Am series ones, the ones with like the Chaparral, Camaro, and then the Copo Corvette and things like that. We didn't see those cases, so we had to pay big money for them. So those cars pulled some big money here in the States, like the Greenwood, the first issue of the Greenwood Vet. So anyways, back to the Mopar A-bodies. So I'll just kind of scan over here on the side and show you guys. Oh, you don't want to see the wall. So anyways, there's some E-bodies. Now this actually will bring him out and showcase him for a second. to show you. This is like the first Barracuda, the 64. And this is a nice one done in like a dark gray metallic from Autoworld. And I'm not sure if this is like a 273 V8 or if it's an inline six. Yeah, it's a V8 car. So pretty nice little car, nice subtle family car, little thin white walls with hubcaps. So pretty cool. And then we have the darts over here, the Plum Crazy dart to match the Plum Crazy Demon. That's a nice setup there. I always like taking pictures of those next to each other. And then another cool Barracuda that we have from M2. And that was another thing about that primered car. M2 did a fabulous job on this Hemi car. And the only thing, the wheel diameter could have been a little bit smaller, and they should have used the stillies like they use on their lift-off hood Roadrunners and stuff like that. That would have been perfect with like a thin red line or even just black wall. That would have been perfect. But besides the wheels, the car is spot on beautiful. And I think the scaling is pretty good too. This is like a Formula Cuda with a 340. And as you can see, once again, it has a larger diameter, like Stilly type wheel on it. And the dog dish cap with a red line tire, but it don't look too bad. Green with a white gut. Looks pretty good. Then over here, we have a very large supply of darts. These are the 7071 dart from Autoworld. And there's 5 of them there. There's 1 or 2 around the corner. I think I have like 6 or 7 of these, and they have a whole boatload of dart casting variations, just like their E-bodies. They're 70 to 74 Challenger. They have a ton of variations of them too. And the dart, they did the same with, but the dart is a little bit, okay, say like a little bit smaller supply because it has like only the 70 and 71. They haven't tried to do a 72 yet. I'm surprised they haven't went on to like a 72 because there's not much they would have to change. And they would just have to really change the grill, make an open grill. That's really the difference. Is the grill is one big open grill. It does not have the center split, and it doesn't have the horizontal, or I'm sorry, the vertical teeth. It has horizontal lines on the 72. And I'm not sure about tail lights on the dart. The tail lights could be slightly different. Sorry, that's not focusing so well. Let me put this down here and we'll wrap it up here in a second. Yeah, sorry guys. So there's your tail lights on the dart. Not sure if they changed. Now on the Demon, the 71 to 72 Demon, the only difference is the grill. You have that open grill with no center split, and the bars, the openings are vertical instead of they are horizontal instead of vertical. And then it has different marker lights. Instead of having recessed marker lights, the marker lights set on top, they are exposed marker lights. They changed every car in 72 to that style marker light and ran those marker lights on almost every Mopar until like the early 90s. So they made sure that they got their use and cut cost on like certain parts. They were very interchangeable with like the marker lights, that's for sure. And then the tail lights stayed the same, so pretty much it was just a grill and the marker lights, and that was it. The interior, however, the dash and things like that did change a little bit, the clusters and such, but the outside appearance, the only difference was the grill and the marker lights. So that pretty much wraps us up for the A-body. I'll shut up now and end the video, and we will be back again on Friday with a Free It Friday video. Not sure what we have in store for you, but we will have something to crack open for you on Friday. Thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the rest of your week.